Hello, beautiful Globetrotters. You guys are going on our Scottish Highlands ride soon. It's very exciting. We've got our Brains Trust here, Susie from Kaylee. She runs all of our rides in Scotland. She has the most amazing, masterful herd of horses. And yeah, she will be here to talk to you about all of the horses and the flow of the riding each day. And then we've got the beautiful Nikki as well, who she'll introduce herself, which is she's going to look after you guys on the horse as well, and when you're also off the horse, and ferrying you around for all the non-riding activities. Well, we might start with Susie. Please tell me, Susie's now well-versed. We had another one of these webinars last week talking about her Thurleston Castle ride, but Susie, can you tell us about your beautiful herd of horses, and your background as how you've come to find us? And yeah.
So yeah, I've got some Irish draft crosses, Irish drafts, and some cops. And how I met you guys was you guys were on a tour looking for rides, and I
Yeah.
think I think somebody had rode with me a couple of years before, and I think they had said to you to cut to back to pass by. And I remember very well the day there was about seven or eight of you that came, and you had your children, and it was all lovely. And you'd asked if you could come for a hack, and I said yes, and you said, "Can we brush and tack up?" And I said no. I said, if you go across to Keeley Gardens, which is across the road from us, you can get a nice cup of tea. We'll get the horses ready for you. And then you came back, you went on a ride, and then you came back and said about your portfolio, which
Yep.
I was just like, okay, yeah, yeah. Put it to the side and didn't look at it straight away. It was Alan at the time, he had looked at it. And then I think your daughter had came the next day and Gemma took her out.
Yep.
And then I said to you about the Common Ride and the Edinburgh Ride and the marches, and you rode that, and that C'est la vie. It was fantastic.
I love it. Exactly. We were, just for everyone out of interest, how Globetrotting grows, but there wasn't a multi-day riding holiday in Scotland at all. And this was in 2018 when we took the whole family through Europe from Morocco, from Iceland all the way down to Morocco. And we literally did. We turned up on Susie's doorstep, and bless Susie for being so open. And we built firstly the Scottish Borders ride. And then from there, we have pretty much plugged and played in all of the most amazing places in Scotland. And I can't tell you how phenomenal Susie's horses are. They can be a little bit daunting when you first meet them just because they're so big, but they're the most gentle giants. And Susie, generally, you get them from Ireland, don't you, Susie?
Yeah, yeah, 99% are Irish. Yeah.
And you'll struggle to pronounce all their names because Susie has a lineage to the Greek islands. And so a lot of them are, Greek names, but you'll get the name of your horse. But how many horses, Susie, will you be taking up to the Scottish Highlands for these lovely Globetrotters?
I think we're taking 15 with us.
Okay.
15 or 16. So we've got a few spare just in case someone doesn't like something or something goes lame or something.
Yeah,
I think that's what we
absolutely.
took last time. Is that not right, Nikki? I'm sure we did. I'm sure we took 15 or 16. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so obviously, you'll be riding in English tack, and all the horses are in generally a snaffle bridle, aren't they, Susie? And there'll be mountain blocks for people to get up. Tell me, Susie. So Gemma's obviously Gemma. Some of you may have heard of Gemma. Her famous phrase is, "We'll go for a wee canter now," and she's just very intuitive, very good at horse selection. But just for the Globetrotters listening now, Susie, how do you, from when they fill in their booking form and press go on this ride, how do you match horse to rider?
So basically, how we do it is Gemma and I normally discuss it, and we read what they have sent you.
Yeah.
And then because we know our horses so well, and we just go with what they're saying. And honestly, and all the time, Gemma's very good at it. And all the time, I think maybe once somebody's wanted to change because the horse has maybe been too slow or too fast. But normally she does a really good job at mounting the correct. So whatever the people have written to us, that's how we choose. But also sometimes when you're speaking to somebody as well, when we first meet, Gemma has a chat with them, and and then sometimes we kind of we change a little bit. You know, once maybe somebody's not been on so much, or they've been riding more, they want something more forward going or less forward going. You know, we kind of do that and choose and make sure everybody's happy. And then if somebody's not happy, we normally do have horses that they can change if they're not happy.
Yeah, guys, the guides, Nikki and Gemma, who will be riding with you, they're not mind readers, we always say. So if you're feeling at all uncomfortable in terms of stirrup lengths or anything, or the horse is, you know, that you've been over horse, there is, you know, it's a safe space. There's opportunities to change so that it's your riding holiday. So it's very important that you feel comfortable in the saddle. What I love, and Nikki, you'll be able to comment on this, is there's an opportunity if people don't want to ride, there's no issue with that, is there either, Nikki? Because can you explain how beautiful the house is and what your role is in the itinerary?
Absolutely, yeah. It's an amazing week. You can ride as much or as little as you want to, and we've kind of with Katie and Susie and the team, we've sort of created an itinerary that you can take a day out if you want to, and on occasion we've split the groups if we've needed to, if we've got some who perhaps are coming back to riding after a little bit of a break, and we'll do maybe a couple of rides at the beginning of the week that are a bit steadier, and then all join together for the rides later in the week. I'm the first point of contact, so I'll be there at Edinburgh Airport with the minibus, so remember this face. Picking you up there.
Also your little card saying Globetrotters.
Yeah, we'll be there on my wee dog. He'll be there as well to meet you all. So yeah, I'll drive you back from the airport up to the house through the Scotland, through the Highlands, and it's a beautiful location. I'm lucky enough to live up here. I used to organise the Blair Castle horse trials, so I know the area well. And yeah, we've had quite a few groups where we've had a non-riding partner and guests come along. So there's amazing walks. If you've got a hire car, there's some really pretty little villages. And even combined in the rides, we're including the trips to the House of Brewer and up to Blair Castle as part of the itinerary. I can see in the chat there's a question.
You can answer that, Nikki, for sure. Please do.
Yeah, it's around about 2 hours drive. It depends on traffic. It really does. So yes, it's between an hour and a half and 2 hours drive.
It's great. The drive is absolutely beautiful, and I love that this ride specifically, that you don't, a lot of our Americans, because you're driving on the other side of the road, you don't have to worry about that. So, you know, Nikki will be driving, you'll be able to really take in the scenery as you're driving up. And then obviously the rhythm of the first day. Nikki, can you just take me through that, how that looks when, and obviously guys, we're recommending people arrive the day before, just in terms of jet lag and luggage in case it gets lost. So there's the meeting, the easier way, rather than Nikki having to bumble around Edinburgh streets to find you all, is to meet at the airport. And so, yeah, what time do they generally get to Talamet House, Nikki, and how does that work for the afternoon?
So it's around about 1 o'clock roughly that we arrive at the house. So we'll drive up, and then there's our amazing chef has lunch laid out. So we have lunch, and everyone's got the opportunity to go to their rooms and get changed either before or after lunch, ready to go out and meet the horses afterwards. So it's around about 2:30. We'll all go out, meet the horses, have that introductory talk with Gemma, and everyone's mounted up, and then we'll go for a beautiful little ride out on the hills up to a local loch. Perfect opportunity for a photo on the edge of the water, and then we'll come back. So it's a nice gentle start for the week.
It is. And I know I've ridden that loch. It's beautiful, guys. Like, it's so dreamy, like, you know, Outlander, eat your heart out. When you arrive to Susie at the horses, Susie, what do they need? They don't need water bottles, you know, like all of that. Just explain about no saddlebags, and also whether it's a hands-on ride, which you've alluded to, that the guests don't need to help in terms of tacking up and things like that.
Yeah, so they'll arrive with us. Gemma will have a chat with them. They don't have to do anything. They're there on holiday to enjoy themselves. We do everything. We tack up. We groom. We do absolutely everything. We just get you mounted, and then we'll obviously get everybody sorted. If anybody wants to bring their own stirrups, they can. That's what a lot of people do bring. Sometimes they feel better in their own, so they are more than welcome to bring them. So they'll get mounted and they'll go out for their hack, and then when they come back, they just hand us the horse, and that is it.
How
They
easy is that, guys?
enjoy themselves.
Straight to a gin and tonic beside a crackling fire.
Something to eat. Go back, and because Rebecca, everyone has to be well aware she's the best cook ever, and you're going to unfortunately put some weight on in the week.
Yeah, you really are.
Absolutely, you need fabulous.
Stretchy pants for sure. So in terms of weather, guys, obviously, Anita, weather gods, that's it. That's a crystal ball. We don't know what the weather's going to be like, but our phrase here is to dress like an onion, which essentially means layers. So there's no saddlebags on Susy's English saddles. So you need to just be aware that if you want a bum bag, I think the Americans call it a fanny pack, but if you put lip balm and a phone, I mean, all the new jodhpurs and breeches now have great phone holders, but just you want to travel light. You don't need water. So I wear all my thermal bases, and then I have a really good vest and a rain jacket. And then I always sort of just look at what the guide's wearing, because they generally are the locals, so they are in the know. In saying that, Gemma might be a bit hardier than some of us. We recommend you bring your own helmet, just because it fits for you, rather than having to. I don't even think, Susie, you have helmets anyway. If people,
I mean, I do at home, but I would prefer everyone to bring their own. It's a safety thing first of all,
exactly.
And then they're more happy in their own riding hat. So yeah, definitely.
Some people bring waterproof pants. That's a personal. I have a 3/4 riding jacket. I don't like wearing waterproof pants, but that's just me. The good thing is, I think, which is, to put it into perspective, if it is a 2-hour intro ride or one of the riding days throughout the itinerary, you could get wet, but you're going back to a very, very comfortable manor house where you can get warm, you can throw your clothes back on, one of the heaters, and it actually is quite invigorating riding in cold weather. I mean, you may not get cold weather, but you just have to be prepared. It's Scotland. It can. I mean, Susie and Nikki, you would attest to this. The weather can be anything, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It can be sunshine, rain, snow. All in one day.
Yeah, I agree.
But hope the temperatures are rising now, which is good. This week it's starting to get a bit warmer, 14 degrees. 15 degrees down south anyway. But so I'm hoping by April it'll be a wee bit nicer. By the beginning of April, we'll get some sunshine.
Nikki, can you answer Maggie's question about the laundry?
Absolutely, yeah. So there is washing machine and in the house, and there is also a drying room, so everyone can put their jackets, boots, gloves in the drying room, so they'll be nice and dry and toasty for the next morning, which is a great bonus there. But yeah, I mean, I would say yes, either a long coat or waterproof riding pants would be a good idea. I've got a pair that have a grippy seat, which is a bonus.
Yeah, that is definitely, and ones that click that have stirrups over your boots so that they don't ride up when you ride, or that you can put your chaps or long boots over the top, is also a good hack. So with lunches, Nikki, people have their lunches back at Talamet House. Do you do a picnic lunch throughout the itinerary?
So we have a couple of different lunch options. There are days when we'll have lunch at the house. Or there are a couple of times when we go and ride up at Blair Castle, and we'll have our lunch on the hoof from the minibus. So Rebecca will do us a packed lunch there. And we'll also go to, I mentioned the House of Brewer, which is, they call it the Harrods of the North.
Yes.
And they have an amazing food hall and restaurant there. So there's an option to go and have some afternoon tea and cake, or even a full lunch while we're up there as well. So there's lots of different options. And we do have a picnic ride one of the days. We go out to one of the big lochs, and it's a gorgeous setting. And Rebecca and the house team who you'll meet come up and meet us at halfway, and we'll have lunch on the edge of the loch.
I love those days where you're riding with purpose and that you can ride to, like, that's amazing. Like, as Susy alluded, with any dietaries, which we'll all have from your booking forms, Rebecca she's a master chef. She literally, the food is phenomenal. And then House of Brewer, make sure you have a credit card with lots of limit on it, because the shopping there is also excellent. Like, I was blown away by the House of Brewer, and it's a good explanation in terms of what Nikki said, that it's the Harrods of the North. Also wanted to talk to you guys, very important. There's massages available. But you need to let the team know, I think, the day you arrive, and you'll need to have cash on you. So we're thinking it's about 50 to 60 pounds. But your body will probably thank you for it if you, book it in.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
She's absolutely amazing at the massages. She's so nice.
Yeah. So that, I'm assuming that she takes the massage table to your room. Is that right? And that you get your massage there?
There's a room upstairs that everybody goes to. It's not in your room. And then obviously they've got the sauna and the pool as well. So bring your swimsuits, ladies.
Yes, the sauna is phenomenal, and it's it's down from the house in a hidden garden. It's just beautiful. It's as dreamy and romantic as we're making it out to be. Nikki, on the non-riding day, can you explain what that looks like for the guests?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really flexible. Generally speaking, we'll try and see what everyone's interested in. We'll do a trip. There's a couple of really cute little towns. There's Pitlochry, which is nearby, and there's Dunkeld. Dunkeld has a little tack shop with some different riding clothing in there, some great bakeries and delicatessens in the town, and some cute little galleries and gift shops. So that's a great place to have a walk around. Obviously, we've got the weeks where we have a trip to the Scone Palace horse trials.
Wow!
So that's one of the weeks. That is the one of the end of August weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then in September, there may be the option, depending on how the weeks fall. There's the Pitlochry Highland Games, so that's another option for one of our riding weeks. But I'm open to take people where they want to go. So if people are into the shopping, I'll take a group up to the House of Brew in the morning and Dunkeld in the afternoon. It's very flexible. Or you're very welcome to just hang out at the house and take advantage of the sauna, and obviously the massages as well. So I've seen in the chat there, the massages are booked during the week. So we'll have a sign up sheet with different slots.
Yeah, and there's no opportunities for jumping, is there, Susy? This isn't.
No, not on this ride. Yeah, no.
But you guys, one of the days, Nikki, you ride around Blair Castle, don't you? Which was what we did it's beautiful. And you can see where the Blair Castle horse trials were. Are even the jumps there still, or have they taken them all down?
Well, they took them all away, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. They literally are awe-inspiring, the size of these jumps. But no, there's no jumping, Chelsea, but there's plenty of opportunities for some wee canters. And if you've got any non-riding partners, please make sure that you speak to Nikki, with your non-riding partner to, also sort of customize an itinerary for them when they arrive, if they're self-drivers or not. I'm sure there's a whiskey tour somewhere. Is there, Nikki, in the area? Yeah.
Yeah, there are whiskey tours, and we do actually have a whiskey tasting at the house on one of the days. So you don't even have to worry about driving back from the distillery. But there are, if there are any non-riding partners, there's local clay pigeon shooting. There would be Land Rover safaris. There's lots of different things that we can advise and book depending on people's interests.
That's so great.
Yeah.
That's so great. Susy, what would be your final words of advice for the guests before they join you on the Scottish Highlands Ride?
Oh, just make sure you've got a decent waterproof jacket, some nice gloves, and just be ready to eat for the full week. I mean, it's just amazing, honestly. I mean, Rebecca, I'm not just saying this. Rebecca is one of the best chefs that I have ever came across. She's amazing. I had to go on a diet when I was finished last year. It was unreal. But no, just have a safe journey, and we can't wait to meet you all.
I love that. It's so true. It's very true. There's, and look, to be fair, you guys just need to lean into your holiday self. That's when my holiday, personality is saying yes to desserts and extra drinks and all of that, because, we're so strict on ourselves in everyday life. When it's a holiday, I feel like you can break all your own rules. So lean in. Nikki, any final words of advice for the guests?
Yeah, one of the things that really helps build a community feeling with everyone is to, if you haven't already, download WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And you'll get an invitation to join the group, and that's how we'll communicate what's going on. And it's also a perfect place to share your photos from the rides with everyone else that's there. It's how I'll, if you need to get hold of me at the airport, if you can't find the meeting place, send the message into the WhatsApp group and we'll help you there. So that's would be my top tip to make it a smooth and relaxing arrival, is to get that set up before you come into Edinburgh. And I saw there was a
Nikki,
message about
Nikki,
I saw there was a message about dropping someone at the train station in Pitlochry. Happy to do that if it fits in with the timetable. So it might just have to have a look at when the train times are, but we can definitely figure something out.
Thanks, Nikki.
Just at the airport. No, sorry. At the airport, they'll definitely see you, Nikki, because you're famous for your little dog.
Yeah. What is your little dog called? I want to say Hamish, but that's probably not
Elsie.
right.
Elsie.
Oh, there he is.
Here the boy is. This is Lemon Zebra.
Yes, Lemon Zebra. He's so gorgeous.
Lemon Zebra. He'll be there.
That's so cute. Guys, there will definitely, Laura will set up a WhatsApp group prior to each departure. But Nikki's right. And also, please don't forget to ask Gemma or Nikki to take photos of you, because if you're traveling by yourself, then, you've got to make sure that you have these amazing, hallmark memories in your phone to share and make all your friends jealous at home. Roz, one of our wonderful Globetrotters, Nikki, Susie, is asking if you still have Calypso.
I certainly do, yes.
Oh, there you go, Roz. Stephanie's just asking, Susie, are we all riding together, or will we be grouped based on ability?
It just depends on, it depends on, obviously, if there's 10 people and maybe you've got 2 or 3 that don't want to go fast, then like Nikki said, we can split it. But normally everyone's together unless we have to change, we have to split it. Yeah.
And so Beth, just to answer your question, how many riders in each group, it'll just depend. Again, it'll be on a day-to-day basis, depending on people who's riding, who's not. But there's no more than 10 riders booked on this departure. So it's that's the magic number for us, plus Nikki and Gemma as your guides. I think we did it. All right. Oh, we've got some.
Where will we find with the airport?
Yeah, but so I will be the minibus doesn't fit underneath the multi-story car park, so I will be parked next to that. So it's at the pickup drop-off location. I'll send in the WhatsApp group. I will send a little link to the group of where I will be. You'll find it.
Yeah. I always try and look for the Globetrotters at the airport, and I never get it right. I'm like, I'll just look for people with like riding boots and, bowed legs. But then I like speak to people that are like, no, I don't ride horses. So yeah, I can't sniff Globetrotters out. You think I would after 25 years, but anyway. To all of you Globetrotters, you're going to have the best time. Nikki and Susie are phenomenal hosts, teamed with the most amazing horses. I can't tell you how phenomenal they are. You'll need a step ladder to get up onto them, but that's okay. And yeah, can't wait to hear about your feedback and everything like that, and your stretchy pants, because the food is phenomenal.
Yep. See you soon, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.